This is an addendum, or shall I say, the second part of our previous discussion. Fear, the COVID-19 of our success. Today we are discussing on the topic courage, the catalyst of our success. Courage, the catalyst of our success. Remember I said of fear that it is the emotional paralysis preventing us from achieving our goal in life. Courage, on the other hand, it motivates, empower, strengthen, and quicken us to achieve our goal in life. It is the catalyst we need to proceed and progress on the ladder of success in our life. Welcome to Success Digest, where we simplify and discuss those ingredients needed for your financial wellness and live a happy life. While fear is a powerful form of thought, it paralyzes the nerve centers, thus affecting the circulation of the blood. This in turn paralyzes the muscular system so that fear affects the entire being, entire body, the brain, the nerve, physical, mental, and muscular. But courage, on the other hand, is a vital force, the vital energy which expresses the highest possible degree of mental, moral, and spiritual efficiency. Courage are the twin brother in self-confidence, for they work hand in hand together. They are the weapon to put fear to flight on our march to successful achievement in practically any undertakings we embark upon. Self-confidence eliminates fear of failure. Not afraid to try any endeavor, it gives us confidence that we can do it. It makes us not to be afraid of public opinion and not afraid that we have not the ability. Each one of us is beautifully and wonderfully made. Each one of us comes to this world to fulfill a purpose, to fulfill a destiny. No one is created by accident. Our purpose in life has been predetermined by our Creator, but it is our duty to discuss our purpose in life, or it is our duty to discover our purpose in life. Each person created is created to succeed and to survive. No one is created to perish. Even animals, when they are created, they were created with each species' ability for its survival, not to mention of man, which is created to dominate them. For each individual, the tools needed for his or her success is there within him or her, placed by the Creator. We only need to discover them and put them into effective uses. It is our inability to discover our purpose in life that results in some of us just existing and not living. Everybody has at least one ability to do something, but no matter how beautiful, no matter how effective or efficient your ability, it is useless and not fit for purpose if the holder does not know that he or she has it, or even if he knows, he does not know how to use it. I'm going to tell you a story. It is about a tramp who walked into a character counseling office and asked for an interview. After sitting down in front of the counselor, he brought out a copy of a book entitled Self-Confidence and demanded to see the man who wrote the book. The counselor recognized the book as one he has written years back, and the tramp, after confirming the author, told him that it must have been Anne of Eight that slipped that book into his hand, because just when he was about to commit suicide, he read the book, and he got the courage to come and see the man who wrote the book if he could help him get on his feet again. The book's author is Napoleon Hill, and he had this to say. He said he was frank to admit in his heart that he does not believe there's anything he could do for him, but he does not wish to tell him. The counselor asked him to tell his story and be perfectly frank, and this is what the man has to say. He has invested his entire fortune in a small manufacturing business. When the World War of 1914 began, it became impossible for him to get raw materials necessary in the operation of his factory, and he therefore failed. The law of his money broke his heart and so disturbed his mind that he left his wife and children and became a tramp. He was contemplating suicide before he read his book. The counselor, after he has finished his story, wished he could help him, but there's absolutely nothing he could do. He continued that there's a man in the building to which he will introduce him who could help him. So Ade Aldi finished his words when the tramp jumped up, grabbed him by the hand, and said, "Lead me to this man, for God's sake." He took him by the hand, led him out into his own laboratory, where his psychological tests in character analysis were conducted, and stood him in front of a curtain. He pulled aside the curtain and uncovered a tall looking glass in which he saw himself from head to the foot. So, pointing his hand, he said, "There stands the man to whom I promised to introduce you. That's the only man in the world who could put you back on your feet again." As a matter of fact, the man was looking at himself in the mirror. The tramp stepped over to the glass, rubbed his hand over his bearded face, studied himself for a while, for a few moments, and began to weep. Until you discover yourself, until you discover your strengths and your weaknesses, you will remain an inept instead of an adept. Your talent will remain an in your talent will remain buried. You will just be existing when you are supposed to be living. Come and talk to us at Kenny's Consult Limited and allow us to discuss with you more ingredients needed for your financial wellness and continue to live a happy life. Let us continue to travel together on this our journey of success through the path of wisdom. To be informed is to be transformed, and not to be informed is to be deformed. My name is Kayode Enraitan, and I can be reached on 074 2794 2000 or 079 5177 5255, or better still, visit our website kennethconsultlimited.uk. kennethconsultlimited.uk. Enjoy your success.